Chito Vera had about the most brain-dead performance you can possibly imagine at UFC 299. I mean, absolutely dreadful performance. That said, Sean O'Malley, his win at UFC 299, looked fantastic. The fight, not as great as one would hope. That being said, it's not Sean O'Malley's fault. Chito Vera just fights like a numbskull. Jeez, and this guy has been a favorite of mine for a long time. I like his MO, I like everything he brings to the table, but man, like these last few fights have just been stinkers. I mean, bad. So Sean O'Malley, like I said, he looked incredible. You know, all the feints, all of the jabs, everything. He just picked Chito Vera apart. It was just just a thing of beauty. It was gorgeous, and you know what? I'm not mad about it because wow, that was a great performance from Sean. So a lot of the things that Sean O'Malley does, he likes to step back, he likes to switch stances, and you know, he changes stances constantly. That's kind of his thing. And Chito Vera was there to switch with him. He's a switch hitter as well, not as obviously as good as Sean O'Malley is, but good enough to where it will actually make a difference. Sean O'Malley dealt with this quite well. He kept the forward pressure going, he kept feigning. The thing with Chito Vera is you have to give him a lot to think about. And if you give Chito Vera a lot to think about, he'll freeze up, he'll shell up, he'll wait for you to stop giving him things to think about, and then he'll go. And if you can predict that pattern, you can have a really successful night. And that is what Sean O'Malley did. He kept feigning, throwing kicks, punches, body shots. I mean, he really mixed it up to all three levels. He threw all three, to the head, to the body, to the legs. And Vera had nothing for him. Like, he was just sitting there, he was shelling up. And when you shell up, straight up the pipe is money. It is cash money, records, and Sean O'Malley found those. Chito Vera, you know, just didn't come to fight like he should have. We'll get to that in a second here. Sean's shifts, though, are nice. I mean, he'll step through the southpaw across the lane and land some strikes as he's stepping across. Like, the guy finds strikes from so many different angles. And what's cool is we've seen from Sean O'Malley that he's not as flashy as he used to be. Remember, he used to throw all these spinning kicks and stuff like that. He's gotten bigger, he's gotten stronger, he's gotten smarter with his game plans. He doesn't throw these flashy strikes that gets him in trouble. Instead, what Sean O'Malley did was he said, all right, I'm gonna pick you apart. He's doing a lot of jabs, a lot of crosses, hooks. He'll kick the body a lot, kind of work on your gas tank, because we know Chito Vera can go for 5 rounds. So he made sure to keep Vera honest, keep him at range, at his own range. And wow, just a fantastic performance from Sean O'Malley. Like, I can't get enough of this. Like, I can't say this enough. Like, Sean O'Malley looked fantastic. It's probably the best he's ever looked. Now, granted, this is a fighter that is designed to look the best ever. Like, this is the type of fight that Sean O'Malley thrives in. He goes in there, and if you're not going to strike with him, he can pick you apart. And if you're going to strike with him, he's going to put you down. But this was 5 rounds of pure and utter shutout. I mean, he looked great. I'm over the moon. I don't have enough to say about it, but like, I feel like there's more I should say. That's how good of a performance it was. Chito Vera, on the other hand, brain dead. Dumb as a rock performance. I mean, his whole thing in the first round, or in the first fight, I should say, was that he kicked the leg. And at first I'm like, why is he not kicking the leg? Why is he not kicking the leg? And over the 5-round fight, I'm pulling up UFC stats now, he actually did kick the leg a lot. He went 34-41. Now, numbers aren't to be, you know, they're not the end-all be-all. As a matter of fact, if you look at his total strikes, he landed 89 total strikes, and 34 of them were leg kicks. Why are you not... Sean O'Malley did a good job of staying lighter on his lead leg, sure. But Vera needed to go to the well 50, 60 times for that fight. O'Malley wasn't coming across as much with the right cross or the left cross on the low kick. No, he was staying out of range. You need to go in there. You need to grab the clinch. You need to get there, because Sean O'Malley's faster than Chito Vera. Why are you not grabbing the clinch to slow this guy down? You're not going to catch up to him. Like, this whole, I'm going to find him, I'm going to catch him and put him down like he did against, who was it, Font and Dominic Cruz. That's not going to happen against somebody like Sean O'Malley. absolutely brain-dead performance from Chito. He didn't kick the legs to near the effect. And during the fight, I'm like, he didn't kick the legs at all, but he did. He kicked him a fair amount, just not near the volume he needed. One thing I did notice, though, was Sean O'Malley did not gas in this fight. I've always thought that, we've seen in the past he has gas tank issues, but no spinning stuff. He's very, very conservative with what he throws. This is kind of a different evolution of Sean O'Malley. So I really liked what I saw from Sean O'Malley. Really good performance. His post-fight, he's got the charisma of a rock. He's like, hey, I want to fight Ilia Topuria. Like, first of all, no, you don't want to fight Ilia Topuria. Topuria will work you through and through. It was ugly. Like, you want to be a superstar, but you got to fight great in the cage, which Sean O'Malley did. But you also have to be like great on the microphone. And Sean O'Malley is not great on the microphone. He's got the look. He looks like a real-life GTA character. But he just doesn't have the look or the vocal skills. He needs to go hang out with Chael Sonnen for a month and figure out how to get this in act. Because, like, people aren't buying what Sean O'Malley's selling on the mic. They like to watch him fight in the cage. And rightfully so, because he's absolutely fantastic. He's the best bantamweight in the world. But he's not. Something's weird about it. I don't know. Like, I can't. He's fake feeling. Like, it doesn't seem like he's actually there to, and he believes what he says. Like, when Conor McGregor talked, Conor McGregor's saying, "Hey," and he believes what he's talking about. You better believe that. But like this, he didn't believe what he says. Like, the whole people were like, "Chito Vera's the best. Chito Vera's the best." So, like, yeah, he just. I don't buy his mic skills, that's for sure, because, man, that wasn't nothing to it, especially like, then he wants to fight Topuria. Like, Topuria works this guy. Topuria's coming down from or he's not really, he's a true featherweight, but he's like fought at lightweight. Like, this dude's big, Sean O'Malley. You don't want to take that lightly, So yeah, great fight. Sean O'Malley, what's next? I really think the Merab Dvalishvili fight's next. I'm selfishly want Cory Sandhagen to be the next fight that he gets, but I know that's not going to happen. Sandhagen's 1-3, but he lost 2 in a row to Petr Yan and TJ Dillashaw, even though that Dillashaw fight was, a little sketch. Some people thought he won. I don't get into all that. He lost it and he has to go on from there. But he's 1-3. He's got a win over Chito Vera. But I want Sean O'Malley versus Cory Sandhagen for my own selfish purposes. This is like a technical matchup that's beautiful to think about, and I'd write 10 million words on it. It's such a fun fight. But Merab's the fight. This is like he's 10-fight win streak. He won a silver medal during that 10-fight win streak in combat sambo. I mean, the guy's incredible as a fighter, and he's probably a huge nightmare for Sean O'Malley, sure, but he's also chinny. He's been rocked before. So I do like the fight for Sean O'Malley, and I think beating Merab, a guy like Merab, people kind of view him as a Habib type guy where he's like just this gas tank. He's going to wrestle at all costs. And if Sean O'Malley can beat him, that sets you up for the Ilia Topuria fight. If Topuria wins another featherweight fight, that's when you go in there and say, hey, one of these guys, both of these guys are great champions. One of them's going to emerge as a superstar. Don't even put the belt on the line for that fight. Like, just make them fight and make it a great fight. Because, like, Anderson Silva went up and fought for not the belt at 205, and it was just to see how good he was. And that's what I want to see from Sean O'Malley. And that's what Sean O'Malley can provide for Ilia Topuria, because featherweight's a little iffy right now. You've got Movsar Evloev, and I have no desire to see Max Holloway or Brian Ortega fight him, because that's just another more of the same for Ilia Topuria. But he needs to go out there and fight somebody at featherweight, defend his title like Sean O'Malley has, and to get it done. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about our next fight. Don't be silly, jump the ghillie. Dustin Poirier had a brain-dead performance, and it almost cost him the fight. It was just the night of stupid game plans, it felt like, because, wow, that was bad. He fought Benoit Saint-Denis, and Benoit is, man, I said on X, I said, like, these new lightweights are big, bro. They look like welterweights. Like, Dustin's not a big lightweight at all. Remember, he fought at 145. He's put on a lot of muscle. He's talked about going up to welterweight. Terrible idea after watching this. Benoit Saint-Denis is huge. Goodness gracious. Dustin Poirier's stupid game plan was jumping the guillotine over and over and over and over and over. Like, it was just so much. I was just like, oh. So, backstory, I'm from Louisiana. I pull for most of my Louisiana guys, except for like Pat Barry, who's, I can't say the word he is, but he's, he likes young women, if that makes sense to you. Anyways, I don't pull for him, but like everybody else, DC, I pull for Macy Chassaw, Brendan Allen, Dustin Poirier. I love all these guys. I love all these women that are from here. Angelique, she's from Shreveport. That's not real Louisiana. Just kidding. That's an inside Louisiana joke thing. But anyways, he jumped the guillotine, and Benoit Saint-Denis would end up on top of him every time. He didn't do it just one time. He did it multiple times. And that was almost his undoing. After the first round, Benoit Saint-Denis coming forward like a Terminator, just working him. The second round, Dustin Poirier jumps the guillotine again and almost got choked out. Come on, Dustin. What are we doing, bro? Terrible fight IQ from a guy who's generally a decent fight IQ guy. Did Justin Gaethje take your brain cells with you, bro? Because you were missing him this fight. And I love Dustin Poirier. He's a legend of the sport, Hall of Famer, probably the best fighter to never win a belt. Man, he's come up against some monsters. And he's talking about fighting Islam next. He might get that fight. They might book that fight. But I don't see how they can book it over Gaethje. I don't see it. Anyways, so Dustin Poirier almost got choked out after jumping the guillotine in the second round. After being told by his team, dude, don't jump the guillotine anymore. You're getting smashed. Because Saint-Denis was smashing him and almost choking him out. And you could tell by the second round, Dustin Poirier is like uncharacteristically tired. I'm like, whoa, we're going to lose this fight. Whereas in the Louisiana Proud Faithful. So Saint-Denis keeps coming forward. I can't really think it was a little lead right hook as Saint-Denis was coming in. Dustin Poirier shifts around and same hook he caught Conor McGregor with. Uppercut, hook, shovel punch thing. And it wobbled Benoit Saint-Denis. Saint-Denis shoots the takedown. And Dustin Poirier grabs the guillotine again. I'm like, bruh. Are you serious? And he used the guillotine to get off the fence. Pretty clever game plan there. I can't say he set out to show guillotine feints. That would be ridiculous because the energy he needed to get up. But I was worried there. But anyways, Saint-Denis gets off and he comes with I think right over the top and puts Benoit Saint-Denis out cold. So why does Dustin Poirier fight like an idiot? Who knows? Ugly fight. I just was worried the entire time, honestly. Next fight on the card was Kevin Holland versus Michael Venom Page. I hate saying Michael Venom Page. I don't know why that caught on, but it is. Holland could not deal with MVP. Michael Venom Page was too fast. He was too powerful. When he would land on Kevin Holland, it would hurt him. Kevin Holland couldn't grab a hold of Michael Page. It was just a perfect performance from Michael Venom Page. Perfect UFC debut. You can't argue with it one bit. At 36, he's old. He doesn't have much time in this division. And him versus Leon is going to be a fun fight. And there's other fights like Wonder Boy. There's Shavkat. It's a scary one for him because he's going to get a hold of him. There's, Ian Gary. There's a bunch of fun fights at 170 for him. And if he wants to go up to 180 and fight Izzy, that would be super fun too. There's these karate guys at 170 that could go up and fight Israel Adesanya and be amazing fights. Just kind of get over the whole where you sit at in the rankings thing and just book these fights because these are barn burners. Anyway, so second round, Kevin Holland really did have a good job grinding out MVP against the fence. And, he kept getting caught, though, on these exchanges. He didn't keep safe on these exchanges. And Michael Venom Page would dip down and come over the top with a spinning back elbow. Beautiful technique. And, when it landed, Holland was like, whoa, little days. He wasn't rocked or anything, but it was he knew he got hit hard. Holland, he really, we talk about it all the time, but he should have grabbed the single collar tie if he could. This guy's side-on stance. You grab the single collar tie and hammer in uppercuts. He's faster than you. This is exactly like Sean O'Malley and Chito Vera. He's faster than you. But he couldn't. Now, Michael Venom Page showed decent takedown defense against Kevin Holland of all people. It's not great takedown defense, but it's enough. But, it was an easy win for Michael Venom Page, hands down. It was, it was a really good performance, and I'm looking forward to what he has next. I've been watching the guy for forever. He's an incredible fighter, and we've known it for a long time, and he's just been a can crusher, and we want him in the UFC, and as soon as he gets over to the UFC, he's going to lose. No, he didn't. He won. So I really like Michael Venom Page, and I'm excited to see him going forward. It's going to be a blast of a fight, and I can't get enough of it. He's got karate guys. Keep him away from the wrestling. I don't care about the wrestling. Let's carve this path the right way. Let's do it. Ian Gary, that's the fight for him. He's ranked 6th, not Stephen Thompson, who's ranked 8th. Let's get him a fast track to the title. He's going to be ranked. Let's put him against the top 10. Then let's put him in a title eliminator. There we go. Who else was on this card? We had Jack Della Maddelena beat Gilbert Burns, and it was a fantastic performance. So Jack Della looks like a bigger Alexander Volkanovski when he fights. He's a bunch of stance switching, but his hands are way better. He varies up his strike speed. He varies up his power. He varies up a lot of things where he comes from. He's hitting all layers of the body, the head, the body, and the legs. He does it all. Now, he took on Gilbert Burns, who is a very tough opponent. Gilbert Burns is a wrestler, and he's been around welterweight for a long time and fought some of the best. He's got this ADCC grappling. He's just really one of the best. Think about this. Gilbert Burns has faced, in the UFC, let's see. I'm going back far. Dan Hooker, he fought. He lost that. That's a bunch of grappling stuff. Damian Maia, he fought Tyron Woodley, Kamaru Usman, Stephen Thompson, Khamzat Chimaev, Jorge Masvidal, Bilal Muhammad, and now Jack Della Maddelena. Gilbert Burns is game, and he gave Khamzat Chimaev everything he wanted. He gave Jack Della Maddelena everything he wanted too, but it does look like Gilbert Burns is showing a bit of his age, and his age is 37. Holy crap, Gilbert Burns is old. Whew. Didn't think about that going in that fight. That made a difference in how I picked. I picked Jack Della anyway, but yeah. So Gilbert Burns, he gets these takedowns, and Jack Della's doing the thing that is the meta now. These butterfly hooks to a sweep, because they're wanting a lot of top pressure, and Gilbert Burns, being as experienced as he did, would squash the butterfly sweep, and he did great. He ended up on the back, kept his hips light, and just looked great. Jack Della kept piecing away. Just pop, 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 pop. Hooks, double jabs, took cross, everything. It was a good performance from Jack Della. So in the end, he got taken down. Jack Della sweeps Gilbert Burns. He gets up, and Gilbert Burns, he turns out. Gilbert Burns had a good peek out. He turns out, and Gilbert Burns I'm shooting again, while Jack Della's back is to the cage, away from the cage. So he's facing the cage. Jack Della is. Burns is coming in, and Jack Della throws a knee up the middle and boinks him on the head. Wow. Almost put him down. Gilbert Burns kind of stumbles and ground and pound. He took a couple too many shots. I think the ref should have stopped it earlier. But anyways, so Jack Della Maddelena gets the win. That's going to put him in the top of the division here. Let's see. I should have UFC rankings pulled up, but I didn't think about it, because I'm always doing this. And yeah. Oh, he should be top 5. He's going to pass up Colby Covington. He might pass up Ian Machado Gary. He might not. They might jump Colby with Ian, but he'll be top 10 easy for sure. He'll be close to the top 5, if not top 5. Let's see. Opening the main card was Sean O'Malley versus Song Yadong. Now, this fight was closer than what the scorecards and everybody said it was. I wrote a big article on this that you should read, but it was about how Song Yadong can win this fight, and he showed that he wanted to do exactly what I was saying, with kicking the leg, kicking the body early, and kind of abandon the game plan and instead went a grappling route, which was super interesting because Petr Yan's really good in the clinch, and he has some sick sweeps on the feet, and he's good from the clinch. But anyways, Song Yadong literally was winning this fight up until about the, Petr Yan had some tape loose on his glove. They stopped it a little after 2 minutes and 30 seconds in round 2, and Petr Yan sort of took over there. Now, as Petr Yan was taking over, he's getting his combinations off, he's working, he's getting his angles in, moving his head. Everything that we've come to love about Petr Yan. I really liked the sweeps from Petr Yan to get the fight on the ground. Song Yadong kept coming, and he got cut up a little bit, but he looked really good even as Petr Yan started taking over this fight. And we know Petr Yan's a good fighter. Song Yadong is just a beast. Like, he's better than what his ranking shows, for sure. Ooh, but anyway, so Petr Yan starts taking over. Had this really cool thing where he shot like a double leg, and instead of shooting, he slid his front leg or his right leg around and pulled out the leg of Song Yadong, which was great. I'm like, wow, that's super cool. I like that. I'm gonna have to try that. And yeah, so good win for Petr Yan. It was good to see him, bounce back from those that 1-4 streak. I mean, we yet to see who he fights next. It'd be cool to see him fight like Sandhagen again if we're doing like a title eliminator, or maybe Umar, which Cory's like, come on, Umar, why are you calling for that fight? But I mean, it makes sense. Petr Yan versus Chito Vera, that'd be a fun fight. Davison Figueiredo, if he wins, that's the fight. He's fighting Cody Garbrandt. We doing Petr Yan versus Davison Figgy, boy, because that's I felt like that fight was booked for some reason, rumored to be booked, but it hadn't been. Let's see. Let's wrap this up real quick. Curtis Blades just is too big for Gelton Almeida. Macy Barber got a decision. Mateusz Gamrot fought to the level of his opponent. Kyler Phillips beat Pedro Munoz. Felipe Lins won. Michel Pereira, really good performance from him. A lot of body kicks on Michael Oleszczyk. I think I said that right. That's crazy. He's a Polish guy, and I struggle with those names. But yeah, so Michel Pereira, open side body kick. He's acrobatic. He's not as crazy as he once was. So, like, he has that open side body kick. And that really hurt Michel Oleszczyk. And he came in and he clinches up. A couple knees to the body. Down goes Oleszczyk. And Michel Pereira gets the win. Robles Despagine put away Josh Parisian in 18 seconds. This guy has gas tank problems written all over him. He's massive. Only 5-0. And I mean, let's look at his record, because he's got a 4:54 in round 1, 12 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and 8 seconds. The guy's got power in his hands. We get it. Asu Almobayev beat CJ Vergara, and then Joanne Wood got her win against Amira Moros. So the card on itself, UFC 299, fantastic card, and it looked good on paper, and it delivered on paper too. I was really happy with Sean O'Malley's performance. A lot of the things I did in my video, it's called Beating Chito Vera, and it features Jose Aldo and Cory Sandhagen. Talks about overwhelming him with volume and working the body, punching the body, especially the lead hook. And Sean O'Malley did a lot of that. And in my breakdown that I did on that, you could see a lot of what Sean O'Malley was doing. Obviously, it doesn't have O'Malley in there because it was out before that, but it's a fantastic look at that style of a matchup, a dynamic striker versus Chito Vera.